Hey dude, it's Thub. How's it going? Just gotta run a quick errand, and then we will get on with today's project. Just a small package heading off to Jerry and Jen out in Ontario. Hope they like it. Nothing huge. Just a little, we're doing a little mail exchange. I'm looking forward to seeing what they send me. It's, I have no idea what it'll be. I actually got, a couple people have been asking me where they could send stuff to, so I decided to bite the bullet and go off and get a PO box. I'll put the address in the description of this video, and actually I think it'll be in all of the descriptions from here on out. Just because people ask from time to time, and I don't need anything, but if any of you get any Christmas chocolate that you're not crazy about, send it on over. I'll probably send back something small in return. And we're not going trash picking today, I just don't feel like it, but I gotta do something to make money. And if you look outside, it's getting kind of, getting a little wintry out there. So it's probably a good time to get this here snowblower put together. Oops. Now this is not going to be your standard how-to video, mostly because I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never worked on one of these before. But I figured it might be a fun way for us to hang out. Maybe we could learn something together. I bet I can get this figured though. People say they're pretty simple. The reason why is because they only need 3 things: fuel, air, and spark. And if it's not working, it's because of an absence of one of those 3. So when I picked this thing up, I noticed it was completely dry here in the primer. There was no fuel in there at all, which just seemed to me like there was no fuel getting into the chamber. Now there's fuel in there now, and that's because I pulled this line out, had this thing opened up, and started squeaking it, and it seemed to be working. You stay in there, I don't need fuel everywhere. See, it's got fuel in there now. Kind of want to see if it'll start. Now maybe I shouldn't have pulled the fuel return line out, but I really wanted to see what was going on with it. So now I have to stuff it back in. Pretty tight fit. So I've boiled some water, and I'm using that to soften it up. Hopefully that'll make it a lot easier to stuff into its tiny little spot. This is getting really hot on my fingers, so hope that was good enough. Wow, that actually worked. There you go. Okay. Well, oops. Now that it's got fuel in the primer, I better give it a shot. Although I'll be honest with you, if this starts up immediately right now, I'm gonna feel a little cheated. Okay, back to work. Next, I'm gonna check the spark plug. Definitely got a fair bit of oil in there, but it doesn't look all fouled up. Just had a quick sale. $20 for that, that pet barrier and luggage barrier for a car. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you might have noticed me find it or piece it together with the other parts. So I was looking stuff up, and one thing that you can do to check for spark, you probably won't be able to see this, but it's definitely got spark. That really just leaves us with one issue to look at: the air. And air means carburetor issues, so we're going to take the carburetor off. Hopefully not spill too much fuel everywhere. Those fuel lines off of there. Oops. So I guess the primer creates a little air pressure in the fuel tank. Ow! Helps you find all the little cuts in your hand. So when you pull that thing off, fuel's gonna spray out everywhere. And we should be pretty good here. Yeah! And then we got this tiny little carburetor, which is apparently the source of a lot of the problems. So, they say they often need to be rebuilt. I don't know what that means. But I'm going to take it apart and clean the heck out of it. Put it back together and see if that helps. Just going to put those all together with a little carb cleaner. And basically just hope for the best. Okay, welcome back. I kind of just went hard on this solo style. I took apart the carburetor. That's the main piece sitting in there, and there's all the little bits. I've already cleaned all those with a toothbrush and some dental tools. And there was a fair amount of deposits all throughout this. I guess that's what you get for using the wrong fuel or not winterizing things properly. I don't really know, but I've got this air blower. We're gonna see if we can blast anything more out of there, and then hopefully this helps. Now let's just do our best to put this thing back together the way it came apart. Alright, well, we got the whole thing back together. So let's see if that helped. Don't worry about the fact that I'm doing this in the kitchen. My roommates like it. This is starting to drive me nuts. The combustion chamber looks a little dry, so try putting a little fuel directly in there. Which is where the spark plug goes in. Reinstall the plug. We'll see if that helps at all. Full choke all the way up to run. Oh, it's getting there. I hate this. Well, I failed. I don't want to admit it. I tried. Things that I could still try. I guess I could change the fuel filter, but I don't think that's what the problem is, because it seems like the fuel isn't actually getting into the chamber. And I'm not... I just don't know what to think. But I'm glad you guys are around, because maybe somebody out there has some input. It's not a particularly good leaf blower, so it's probably not worth spending money trying to repair it, which is too bad. I'd like to end this video on a high note, since it is not... Today was not one of my greatest videos, but you know what? They're not all gonna be. Let's pick a winner for the contest. This one was a good one. We got 48 entries. I'm not going to bother reading out everybody who entered, because 48 is a lot of names. And thanks for jumping in. This is as random as I can think of making it. I don't actually have a 48-sided die. Whoop. Alright, that seems pretty randomized. I know traditionally you'd pick a name out of the hat, but this time... Happy New Year! Ugh. Anders the Viking. Anders the Viking, you have won the Strife. Generally speaking, I like to avoid the battery-powered ones, but there's just something so satisfying about this one. Fires the dart every time you pull the trigger. This is a performer. You're gonna love this. Thanks for taking part, everybody. Anders the Viking, you are the big winner this time around. There was a lot more competition in this competition. And only 42 people actually shared the video, so... Come on, guys. That's not very fair. Thank you to everybody who took part. This was fun. Now I'm going to tack the PayPal donation link right at the top of the channel page along with the other social media links. Let's call it a tip jar. So Anders the Viking, if you want to float me $5 to help with shipping, that'd be cool. You don't have to. Just throwing it out there. And thanks for everyone who took part. Thanks for everybody who watched. I know this wasn't the greatest video I've done all month. Oh, and it seems like while it was cute and entertaining, some people thought it was in sort of poor taste, including somebody else's content and footage in that video, the same one where the contest was hosted. So, I don't think I'm going to do that again either. Hey, it's a learning experience. Now, I just want to warn you, uploads are going to be a little bit on the light side until after Christmas, because Christmas time is family time, and family is the only important thing. So, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll be throwing stuff up on Instagram and such, so if you just, want to say hey or see what's going on, that's where I'll be when I'm not here. But you know what? Everything will be back to normal before you know it. It'll be great. And I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday season. This won't be the last time I say hey before that happens. Whatever happens, leave it better than you found it. Keep doing the thing.
When Abraham went to slash Isaac, in a sense he baptized him. Rabbi said don't trust them cash prizes.